Hello guys and welcome back to Statmanjames. In today's video I'm going to be going through the top 10 teams with the most likely chance of winning the UEFA Champions League this season. Now my initial plans for the video was going to be each team's chance of winning the Champions League, but there's 36 sides, a lot of them have got next to no chance, the likes of Stade Brest, AS Monaco, Slovan Bratislava. Are we even going to see them get out of the league phase? I'm not so sure. So I've decided to focus just on the top 10. And we start off with Borussia Dortmund, last year's finalists, as they have a projected 4% chance. Now, they've got quality in the team, the likes of Adeyemi and Julian Brandt that have stepped up. Do I think they're going to win it? No. Do I think they're going to get to the final again? No, I don't. But they will make a bid for the latter stages. 4% chance sees them as outsiders, but you never know with Dortmund. They could just go and get to that final again. Now, in 9th place, we look at Atletico Madrid under Diego Simeone. Tons and tons of experience in the team. They've added some really good players, the likes of Conor Gallagher and Julian Alvarez, who both got the first goal for the season at the weekend, and they have a projected 5% chance of winning the Champions League this year. Again, similar to Dortmund, they'll push to the latter stages. Do I think they're going to go all the way? No. I think they'll really struggle when they meet a team like a Real Madrid or a Man City. They usually stay really condensed, so hard to score against. No one's really going to put 3, 4, 5 goals past them, but again, getting over the line, I just don't think they have enough quality to get there this year. Now in 8th place, with a projected 5.5% chance, we have Xabi Alonso's Invincibles, Bayer Leverkusen. Unbelievable what they did in the Bundesliga last season, beating Bayern Munich to the title for the first time in what must be 10 years since Dortmund won it. And you know, you'd be a fool to write them out of it. They've got some really good players, the likes of Frimpong and Grimaldo, Florian Wirtz and Xhaka. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do when they meet a side like a Real Madrid and Man City. Will they change the style of play, or will they stay on the front foot, trying to attack these monster teams under Xabi Alonso? And I do think Leverkusen could be an outsider. The first game's tonight against Feyenoord away from home, I think I'm right in saying, and we're just going to have to see how they get on, but they are 8th favourite based on the data, just in front of Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. Now moving on to the 7th favourite, we have PSG, who have about a 6% chance of winning it this year under Luis Enrique. Now, I've been really impressed with PSG in how they've played this season without Mbappe. Bradley Barcola's stepped up. There's a lot of other players in the team that have stepped up. João Neves, he had the perfect start, 4 assists in 2 games in his first 2 matches for the club. They've got a lot of attacking quality, PSG. Ousmane Dembele stepped up, and I think they could go all the way. They need that little bit extra when they meet a side like a Man City and a Real Madrid, as I've mentioned with Bayer Leverkusen. But I definitely think PSG have a chance under someone like Luis Enrique that has massive experience in this tournament, having managed the likes of Barcelona. And yeah, 7th place for PSG. Now moving into 6th place, we have a team that's been there and done it many of times before, and this time they're coming in with Arne Slot, and that is Liverpool. Now Liverpool have a projected chance of 8% to win the Champions League this year, and you can't write them off. A team like Liverpool, you can't write them off. Tons of experience, world-class players in the likes of Van Dijk and Mo Salah and so on. They had a really disappointing result in the Premier League at the weekend, losing 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. But before that, they went to Old Trafford and beat Man United 3-0. 3 clean sheets in the first 3 games, and the first Champions League game of this campaign, they go away to AC Milan and win 2-1. So there's a lot of positives to take from Slot's start at Liverpool. And again, they're not the best team in the tournament. They probably won't win it, but again, they could easily get to the semi-finals. No one wants to go away to Anfield. Probably the most hostile atmosphere in the world according to previous players and players that are still in the game, that they commend the fans and how noisy it is, and you just don't want to play away from Anfield. We've seen it in recent years in the Champions League. Barcelona winning 3-0 at Camp Nou, going to Anfield and losing 4-0, being knocked out after having a 3-goal lead. So Liverpool come in at 6th place, and that is probably fair as we look at the 5 teams above them. Now starting off with the top 5, and we have Barcelona, who have about an 11% chance of winning it this season. Now a perfect start for Hansi Flick in charge of Barcelona. 5 games, 5 wins, 17 goals scored and just 4 conceded. a monster 7 or 8-0 win against Real Valladolid. Can't remember, was it 7 or 8-0? Unbelievable performance. Lamine Yamal looks really good. Dani Olmo before his injuries looked really good. Rafinha's got his form back. Ferran Torres, obviously big Lewandowski up front, and they're going to be a threat. They really are going to be a threat to this Champions League. Barcelona should be up there, the heritage of the club, and we've not seen that in recent years, so it would be nice to see them get to a semi-finals or a final. They're the 5th favourite for me at this moment in time. I'd say that's probably fair. I'd say 4th or 5th favourite, and they're definitely going to make a statement for it. They're not my winner, but I do think Barcelona will get to the semi-finals. In 4th place we have Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich, who have a 13% chance. An amazing start to the season, and an even better start to the Champions League campaign, as they put 9 past Dinamo Zagreb. The first team in Champions League history to score as many goals as 9 in a single game. The previous record was 7. Harry Kane scored 4. Musiala looks so good as always, and there's just tons and tons of quality in that Bayern Munich team. You've got Joao Paulinho, who has started really well. Michael Olise scored 2 against Dinamo Zagreb, the first French player to score 2 or more goals in a Champions League game since Thierry Henry. And they're definitely going to be a threat. Kompany's got them playing well already. The attacking quality that they've got makes them a competitor in any competition. Now moving into the top 3, we have the big boys, the favourites, and this is a team that we start off with in 3rd place that has been mimicked for years, a team that has been bantered and been known to be beaten comfortably off Bayern Munich. No more. Mikel Arteta has changed the culture at Arsenal, and he's got them as the 3rd favourite in the tournament this year with a 17% chance. Now, Arsenal, they play Atalanta away from home in their first game of this Champions League campaign, and that'll be a tough match for them, but they'll learn a lot, because then they've got to go to the Etihad and play Man City in the Premier League at the weekend. But Arsenal definitely have a chance of winning it this year. There's questions to be had around the experience. They've still not really won anything under Arteta, or anything of big stature, shall we say. But there's a lot of quality players there, the likes of Odegaard and Declan Rice and Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli and Saka. I don't think they'll win the tournament, but they're 3rd favourites. You can't argue with that. Are they as good as Man City? They probably are. Are they as good as Real Madrid? They probably are. But the thing that I'd say is that City and Real Madrid do have that experience. They've been there, they've done it, they've won it before, and they have 2 very experienced managers in Pep Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti. Of course, Mikel Arteta doesn't have that for himself yet. He's had it with Pep Guardiola, being assistant coach, but it's just completely different when you have your own team and your own players. But yeah, Arsenal in 3rd place. In 2nd place, we have the monster of Europe, that is Real Madrid. Under Carlo Ancelotti, they've got the best front 3 in the world, without a doubt, in Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. and now Kylian Mbappe. Just behind them, Valverde, Jude Bellingham. It's so hard to see Real Madrid not winning it this year, or at least not being in the final, with the amount of quality that they've got. Of course, last year's winners, comfortably the most Champions League wins of any team in Europe, and Real Madrid stand with a 24% chance of winning it this year, and the only team in front of Real Madrid is the team that I think they'll be in the final with, and that is Man City. 35% chance of winning it this year for Man City under Guardiola. They've only won 1 under Pep in 7 or 8 years that he's been at the club, and how much longer will he be in Manchester? It's a bit up in the air at the moment. There's a lot of rumours that he'll leave at the end of the season, and will he want to leave with just 1 Champions League title after some of the teams that he's had, seeing the likes of Aguero and Erling Haaland and most of the players that he's still got in the team, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden, Jack Grealish and so on, Rodri. So it's going to be really competitive this year. You've got Arsenal making a bid for a serious trophy for probably the first time apart from last year. Bayern Munich under Vincent Kompany going to be so tough to beat. You've got the likes of Real Madrid with all that experience and world-class players. Man City under Guardiola, you know, like I always say, with atmosphere at Liverpool, and Barcelona under Hansi Flick look really good. So for me, there's 7 or 8 teams there that can go and win it. My personal choice would be Real Madrid, for the main reason that I just can't back against them after what they've done. Year after year, they're always there. They always seem to win it. They've won, what, is it 6 of the last 10 now? So yeah, I'm going to go for Real Madrid to win it. But that in the lowdown is the top 10 teams with the most chance of winning the Champions League this season. And just to go through that again, we have 10th place Borussia Dortmund, 9th place Atletico Madrid, 8th place Bayer Leverkusen, 7th place PSG, 6th place Liverpool, 5th place Barcelona, 4th place Bayern Munich, 3rd place Arsenal, 2nd place Real Madrid, and 1st place Pep Guardiola's Man City. So there's going to be a lot of content coming out now, guys. I've just got back into YouTube, so I'm a bit rusty at the moment still. But please like this video, subscribe down below for more if you are new, and I will see you in the next one.